Today we got some mail. Actually, it was from yesterday. And we are going to be opening that. It's a couple deliveries. First one that we're going to do is from Double G Toys on Store Envy. I'll try to remember to post the link so you guys can go check that out. There's still, that shop is up, and there's still lots of Glyos and OMFG and OTMFG available there if anyone is interested. That is Double G Toys on Store Envy, formerly of October Toys. And yep, got a package from him. Got a package, people! First up is this guy in just about every color you can think of, including GID, glow in the dark. Oh, and this little background image, that is the Creature Mushi, who was released this year by Marty Hansen of God Beast. And he threw in one of these prints if you placed an order, which is a really cool print. I think it's by Rhino Arts, if I'm reading that correctly. But yeah, that is his Glyos compatible Kabuto Mushi with the creature paint job. But anyway, back to this guy. His name is Brainwaves. He is part of the OTMFG line, which is October Toys minifigure guys. And then OMFG is original minifigure guys. The OTMFG series were like single figure releases, while OMFG, those were all released in waves or series. I think 5 at a time. There's 5 in each series. But yeah, Brainwaves. He's a brain guy with arms and legs. And he's giving a little wave to the camera. But yeah, he's got a spinal cord for a tail. He's like an alien type dude. Kind of like in the same vein as like Krang from TMNT. Really, just as all George's stuff is, really well sculpted, really super detailed, especially for how small these figures are. They're like the same, if you can't tell by me holding it, they're about the same height as your Muscle Men or Monsters in My Pocket. More similar to Muscle Men. Because they're like the harder resin. He's got some glasses, some antenna. Really cool. I've always liked this figure. I remember looking at him on the October Toys website, but as I am with almost everything, I was extremely late to the party, and he was already not for sale anymore. Which is why I was very pleasantly surprised to see that George had opened up a new site on Store Envy. So I got a chance to pick him up. Next one, Fossil Freak is this guy's name. And he is one of the figures that came out in one of the waves or series of the OMFG figure line. And he's selling these now in like kind of singles, you know, and then like in like variety of different colors. So that's how you can get these now. He's really cool. He's like a kind of like a triceratops. I don't know if I'm probably getting that name wrong. Looks, I mean, to the person that doesn't know a ton about dinosaurs, it looks like a triceratops. But he's like a zombie version. So like this arm is like a skeleton arm, you know, and then this arm is like, you know, all muscled out, dragging it on the ground, kind of like, almost like he's got like a gorilla type stance or posture, and that leg is bone. And then I didn't realize this from pictures, but if you look down in here, you can see his brains. Maybe he's actually just a Brainwaves in disguise. Who knows? Maybe he's just wearing that skull as a mask, like that one Pokemon that wears the skull of his dead mother. That's a glow-in-the-dark one there. Awesome. It's really cool that I'm able to get, you know, like every color, including glow-in-the-dark. It's super rad. And then, of course, George, being the gentleman that he is, he threw in some extras in the bag. And these are brocato, or I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Brocato. But anyway, it's a little guy, little gnome-looking guy with a beard. You can see his face there, and some feet. But it's based off of the vegetable in the broccoli family. Broccoli, brocato. And on one of the shows that George is on YouTube, he was actually telling the story about this guy, that he got some of this brocato, and I think he said one of those food boxes where they send you like a box every month and you can make food with, you know, fresh ingredients. And he had never seen that type of broccoli before, so he took a piece of it and actually cast it, you know, and made the mold of them with the actual vegetable itself. So this is actually real brocato, or made from real brocato. Next thing, skeleton. This is a ONEL design collaboration that he did with them, of a Glyos compatible figure, which is a ONEL design original, and this is a Kickstarter edition of the skeleton figure. Originally released on Kickstarter, and I really didn't think there was any of these left, because I think when he originally released them, they sold out super fast, because skeletons are typically a very popular figure. People love them, you know, with good reason. I mean, look at him. He is very beautiful. I mean, very handsome. He's a very handsome man. But yeah, seriously though, just an absolutely gorgeous figure. And George wanted to do one in this colorway as like a Kickstarter promotion. I think it was to help kind of back his, or promote his OMFG line, because those were also originally released on Kickstarter. But it's just such a good looking figure, especially the head sculpt is what really does it for me, you know, because you got this overlapping skull slash helmet with the horns, you know, and you got this one big red eye here, and then the other eye. It's just, I don't know, it's just so good. And then they all come with this axe, which is such a cool accessory, such a cool weapon. Like, one of the coolest accessories, like, of any toy ever. All fully Glyos compatible, like I said. And, so it'll, if you want to give it to another Glyos figure, you can. It's kind of cold in the room I'm doing this in, so I'm just gonna put it like that, because I don't want to really mess with it too much, because it's cold up here, and, you know, it's not gonna really want to work too well. But that's everything from Double G Toys. Thank you to George. And again, that's on Store Envy. You should definitely go check him out while supplies last. He has some other really cool stuff on there too. Some Decon exclusives of the recent Decon that just passed. Next up is an order that I got in around the same time from Spy Monkey Creations, and it is of their Battle Tribes line. First one is this guy, which I thought was really cool, with the, you know, the tribal face paint and stuff. Two, the He-Man figures, but these are much smaller. But, you know, the same type of design. Not exactly the same shape, you know, because of how much smaller they are, but, you know, even though these figures are smaller, look, he's like, even, you know, but for how small these figures are, like they are just really well made and detailed, and their quality, like, really super quality, and, very durable. And again, this one is fully Glyos compatible. Fully articulated. Everything moves, and everything comes apart and can be switched and swapped with other figures in the same line, or other figures in the Glyos universe or multiverse. But with these, which are called Battle Tribes, I don't know if I mentioned that before, they, because of their uniqueness, unique New York, they really fit better with themselves, if that makes any sense. Or the Warlords of War line, which, again, I'll try to link all these in the description, so that if you're interested, you can go check them out. And every Battle Tribes figure, as well as the Warlords of War figures, come with just tons of accessories and tons of different heads to choose from. Got another Triceratops, and this is the head that I bought him for, and this is the one I'm going to use with him, because he reminds me of the Pale Orc from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And you can see those green eyes are really cool, and that, you know, black face paint mask he's got on. But looking at it in person, the skin online just looked pale, you know, white. But in person, it almost has like a purple sheen to it, or purple tint, which is cool. Then you got another dinosaur. I think these are called saurians. You got a Cyclops head. Very cool. And you got kind of a similar human head sculpt as the one that's on him right now. Just a ton of accessories. Like, look at this shield. So shiny. Silver and gold. Hatchet.